have anyone outside, just let me know. I'm actually Papa Man. Just 1 hour 30 minutes. Let me tell you, good evening. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How we are doing? Welcome back. Please help me to share the show. I'm sure you all have seen the caption, and then you know what we want to talk about today. This is a pure educative chat. Okay, it's an awareness chat, and then it's for all of us, for us to know our rights, and also for our brothers and sisters back home, for those of us that are not in the country. When we always love to say we know our rights, but what about those of our brothers and sisters that are in Nigeria? Do they know their rights, and are they allowed to exercise their rights? That's what we'll be talking about here today. Okay, so I'm sure this chat will be somehow today. I'm already seeing a lot of us leave the chat already. It's okay, but it's not all the time that I'll be bringing water chat for us. Let's try and understand that there are times where, when we see things going on in our dear country, we can use our platform to educate ourselves. Okay, so that it won't be like, it won't be, when it happens, it won't be as if, oh, you've not heard about it before, or you don't know anything about it, or you were not informed, or you were not you're not educated on it and all that. So it's not all the time me shows. All right, so today you've seen the topic we're talking about today, and I'll be using I'll be pointing references to some of the things that Boss Lady said on the chat, and also back it up with videos saying on Facebook, videos saying on the internet, to buttress our main topic today, as in what we will be talking about, and the person in particular. Okay, so that anywhere, anyhow they want to use the chat, it's everything we're saying here will be based on the stuffs we saw on internet, and the stuffs we also have on YouTube, on Google, on the person's activities. All right, so thank you, and I welcome you to the show once again. Katobere, let's, of course, we want to talk about our dear country, so let us play our national anthem. Let's play our national anthem. Our country, la thing. Please don't forget, it's an interactive chat. If you want to say one or two things about the topic, you're free to call in, and then note down your contribution. It is highly appreciated, please. Okay, please, that's your time. So one or two things contribute to that. It goes a long way. I'm up with yes. Our no shall awareness titiwa. Okay, because it's getting out of hands, and if we do not talk about it or start making awareness, well, very soon they will scrap the rights of citizens, fundamental human rights of citizens in Nigeria. They will scrap it up, all because we have a power drunk officer, a power intoxicated officer that believes that he can do and undo. Do you understand? So we need to start creating that. We need to start, making this kind of charts to educate, to inform ourselves that, hey, this is what is going on in our dear country. If you go and write something on Facebook, the next thing is this particular officer will order that they should go and arrest you. Abuse of power is his own tools of office. Why arrest, detain, and jail is his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is what is good. That is what is known for. A tyrant. A tyrant. And we don't need a tyrant in power to occupy position, especially that big office. We don't need a tyrant there. We don't need an authoritarian to occupy the position. It's a slap. It will be a slap on the whole body if they all sit down and sing and they fold their hands to all the illegal arrests, incessant arrests that is making, all because somebody wrote a comment, somebody said something, and then boom, you order them to go and arrest. How many people is this particular person going to put in jail? How many people is he going to arraign to court? This cannot continue. Okay, so my brothers and sisters, let us talk about that today. Abio Mommy Funke Karadi. Let us talk about that today, okay? Don't worry, it won't be a long show. It will be like 1 hour. 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, and we'll be done, all right? Because I'm sure a lot of us, we love okay, so welcoming you once again. Let's go straight to the point. Before I start the show, please permit me to let's play our national anthem, and then boom, we go into the matter arising. The matter arising, the matter that is disturbing, issue disturbing our dear country. Let us play. For honestly speaking, I still love our old anthem. I don't know why. I still love to listen to our old anthem. I've not really seen where they actually use the new anthem. Maybe because I'm not in the country. So this is the new one. I still prefer. Someone that broke the law. Okay, so let's go into details. Welcome. Let me hold on. All right. Good evening, everyone. Today we'll be talking about the illegal and incessant arrest by the already known person. I'm sure if we are concerned with the news, if we are concerned with the updates in Nigeria, we would have, for like 2 weeks, since 2 weeks now, we'll have been hearing about a particular officer arresting, ordering people's arrests, all in the name of, they wrote a comment somewhere, they said something. Like, for instance, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, he ordered Comrade Shore to be arrested because he said something about the IG. That was in December, if I can get yes, if I'm correct. That was in December. And then he was arrested last week or 2 weeks ago. He was arraigned in court, and then later, it was bailed. We'll be playing all that videos for you to back things up so that you would understand what I'm actually saying, okay? But I just feel, you know what, if we all decide to keep quiet on this, one day will be one day that this same power drunk officer will definitely arrest one of our people, all in the name of, maybe I'm online and I said something like, the police officers in Nigeria are not doing well at all. This officer will take the fact that she said something about the Nigerian police first, and then the next minute he ordered his boys to go and arrest, will come arrest, and then the next thing they charge you for cybercrime. And it makes me wonder that what exactly do this officer means by, what does he mean by cybercrime? What, because as far as I'm concerned, cybercrime should be something about internet fraud, technology fraud. I mean, that's what I expect cybercrime to be. Okay, let's now say defamation, and then, let's say insults, defamation is now part of cybercrime. I've not seen anything, or I don't think there's anything wrong if a citizen of Nigeria decides to exercise his or her rights. That's under the freedom of expression, to express his or herself via writing on any of the network or any of the media platforms, trying to express his disappointment on the activities of the police force. I don't think that should be an issue. I don't think that should be a problem for any officer to now, order the person's arrest, jail them, and then to the point of the families going to beg, and of course, insulting them and throwing them out of the office. I mean, this is uncalled for, and this is preposterous. But before we go into that, I'd like to say one or two things about the IGP. That's the Inspector General of Police. That's Daddy EGBETOKUN. I'd like to say one or two things about him. I was surfing on the internet, then I came about, a publication about him. Some people were like, oh, is this, is that? They were trying to, they were calling for his resignation. They were calling, my voice is low. Okay, being called me by. How about now? Tell you, me by. Am I being? Tell you, me by. Mommy Joy. Myself will be a lot lost. Okay, me by you. So they were calling for his resignation, this is that, blah, blah, blah. And that's because some were angry. They were calling for him to resign because they said something about he is unable to call his officers to order. Some are trying to say that he is not the one in power. Some are saying, he's not doing anything. However, when we now sat down to really make a research to find out why people were decide to throw all this kind of stones and words towards him, we found out that there are so many things that has been going on that he himself, that is the IG, that he's not even aware of. There is somebody somewhere in the government, in his own tenure, that is trying to sabotage all his efforts. And the person is using his office to commit his own atrocities up and down. And that is why it's okay now. Okay. And that is why you see that a lot of people are they are angry. Because so many things that is happening to the citizens of Nigeria, they felt it's coming from the IG's office, like it's coming from him directly. Not knowing that it is actually coming from somebody else who occupied a particular position and believes that he can always throw the weight of his office, at anything that he wants to do. And if he feels that, okay, the weight of my office is not enough to get this, then he goes, ahead to use the IG's office to perpetuate his own evil and atrocities. So, my dear brothers and sisters, I would say that from the track records, from the IG track records, we would see that you would agree with me as well that he is an humble man. He's a fantastic man as well. He is a man of icon. He's a man of integrity that has worked in so many sectors, sections over the years, and his record has been what? Top notch. So I will beg that we please temper justice with mercy, and let's make him. And now that a lot of us has try to like put some things across to him, make him know what is actually going on, and the things that actually got us infuriated, to say some things towards him. And I love the fact that when he saw all those things, he put out a lot of statements. Part of it is where he said something about, if you write a fake petition or you write a petition that is full of lies, wasting the Nigerian police first time, that the person should be sanctioned and punished. Also, part of the statements that he released is that no more transferring of case files from a particular department to another department. Especially, it's not stable. All right. How about now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I just shall gbọ́ mi báyìí. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ẹ má bínú. Ó yẹ kẹ́ lè gbọ́ mi báyìí now. I'm close to the mic. Close to the microphone. You should be able to hear me now. Okay. So I said the IG, that's the IGP EGBETOKUN. He released some rules and released some statements that was 2 or 3 days ago. He said no more transferring of cases from one place to another, especially cases that have already been investigated. That will not be allowed anymore. It's still not stable. How am I gonna talk now? So he released a lot, okay? So we'll be talking about clearly, right? The speaker is going up and down. I don't know. That I do not know. Why you me by? Let me try. It's showing green here, which shows that it is okay. Maybe by him. Emma Bino. Buying call. Shetting bomb me buying. Shetting bomb me. Shetting badum me buy. Okay. I hope you all can hear me now. You can hear, not stable. You can't be serious. Okay. I don't understand. Let me use my second phone. What do you mean by it's not stable? I have Paramo. I don't know. Let me try and get what you're trying to say. What do you mean by it's not stable? It's stable. Hold on. It's my speaker. No, I've not even me 30% low speaker gone papa. Me 30% you especially for telling me pay mic your phone you. Come on, get out. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I hope you all can hear me now. Yeah, Say what motive playing in another phone? Are you sure it's not your phone? Are you sure it's not your phone? Okay, it's clear now. It's okay now. Okay, mommy Yinka. How about you, bro? Aquarium, are you sure it's not your phone? Check, maybe it's yours, because mommy said it's okay. Michael said it's okay. Shelly Omoto, okay, what's up now? They said it's okay. So, may I go ahead, please? I just show me continue. Okay, I'm gonna check your stuff. Is it okay now? Is it okay? Is it okay? Okay, so I stopped. I said, then the IG released that the filing of frivolous or malicious petitions, aim at harassment or intimidation, is another issue the IGP has vowed to address. Moving forward, all petitions submitted to the police must now include a declaration confirming their authenticity and genuineness, and stating that the complaint has not been submitted to any other law enforcement agency, or if it has, that it has been withdrawn before involving the police. Petitioners found to have filed frivolous petitions will be made to face the appropriate sanctions for giving false information to the police. God bless you. Our amiable IGP. Don't forget to say that, there's so many things that is happening within the Nigerian police force that the IGP is not aware of. And then, due to, the outbursts, the pain, the anger of the citizens of the country, everybody, a lot of people, it's now, putting all sort of things online, like the IGP must go, all those kind of stuff towards him. And of course, he felt, what is going on? So I saw some of us had to, pen down what is going on, our pains and frustration towards him. And, to our surprise, there are so many things that he's not aware of. So we love the fact that he released this, telling us that no more frivolous and malicious petitions. And that is number one thing that we're going to talk about. Okay? We'll be talking about this, frivolous and malicious petitions. We'll also talk about transferring the cases from one department to another. And we'll be using a case, the case of Baba Beji and Dr. Sadeyinka to address this. Okay? And while I talk about that, we will also narrow it down to the particular officer who used this power. That's abuse of power, though. Abuse of office authority. Who threw the weight of his office in line of justice on Baba Beji and Dr. Sadeyinka. I will also show you, I've also played so many videos of, people lamenting and talking about the same officer. A lot of people are actually they are frustrated. They are angry that how could an officer be this corrupt? How could an officer love to abuse the power invested in his office to do and undo? That why would an officer decide to run Nigeria as if he's running his father's palace? Because we're made to understand that he's a prince. And so on and so forth. Like I said, this is an awareness show. This is not a show to defame. I'm not defaming anybody here. I'm simply exercising my rights. And I don't see where it is a crime to exercise your rights. So with all due respect, let's go into the main show. Now, I said earlier, our IGP is a man of honor, is a man of class, is a man of dignity, and is a man of what? Integrity. If you recall that he has served in so many places, like I said, he has worked with so many groups. He's also part of the peace unit, and he did tremendously well there. Our Daddy EGBETOKUN aims to create an environment where the police force works hand in hand with communities. Okay, fostering mutual respect and collaboration with a view to propelling the police to attaining primacy in internal security structure of Nigeria. What am I trying to say here is that our IG Kayode EGBETOKUN aim is to ensure that the environment is safe and sound for you and I. And thereby, he believes in the police force working together with the community, that's with the people in the community, that's bringing the police officer down to the grassroots. So that by the time we're able to come together, okay, by the time we're able to work hand in hand, we'll be able to do what? To conquer crimes. We'll be able to conquer all sorts of crimes in the country or in the, in the community. That is the aim, the vision of our IG. Okay, and I must say that over the years, he has really tried to make sure that this is possible. But of course, like we say, we sure have one or two people in working with him that are actually sabotaging his efforts, that's actually throwing the efforts down the drain. And at this junction, you would permit me to mention the name of this person that we will focus on throughout the chat. Before that, I also like to let you know that the objectives and the strategies for repositioning the Nigerian police is the right direction, being a crucial template for our IG. Okay? And then the first and significant policy to be placed on its priority list is restructuring policing methodologies. EGBETOKUN recognizes the need for paradigm shifts in policing methodologies. He advocates for intelligence policing, emphasizing proactive measures to prevent crime rather than a reactive approach. He believes in an open door policy, and he believes in the rule of law. He also believes in the fundamental human rights of the citizens. Okay, he's an upright man, and he's a man of his words. He's a man of action, and he's a man of peace. So my dear people, when we know this about our amiable IG, I can only say, or I can only beg you for us to do what? Temper justice with mercy. Let us give him, the benefit of doubt, and let us allow him to enjoy the remaining. I think he has 4 years tenure or so. So let us allow him finish his tenure. I can assure you that we have cried to him, we have penned down our pains and frustration, and then he has listened. He has listened to us all, and he has also put out rules, policies, blocking so many things, okay, addressing so many points that we raised. And I pray that he would be able to put a smile on our face very soon by adhering to all the statements he released, and by also watching over his officers' actions. Because the main thing is, if he did not take time to watch his officers' actions, one or two of them would tarnish everything that he's worked for. So that's that for the IG. So please, my brothers and sisters, let's hold on and give IGP Kayode EGBETOKUN a chance. Let him prove to us that he's a man of his words and dignity, like we all have been saying so far. And I pray that the good Lord will also do what? I pray the good Lord will give him the grace, will give him the power to restructure the Nigerian police force, and also what? Put a smile on the citizens of Nigeria as well. Thank you. So let's move down to the incessant and illegal arrests by the PPRO of Nigeria, which we know as no other person than Olumuyiwa Adejobi. 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden, I was surfing through the internet and I came about some videos and I see where people were protesting, and then I tried as much as possible to listen to, okay, what exactly is going on. And then we start hearing different kind of stories of how the PPRO in person of Olumuyiwa Adejobi has been arresting the citizens of Nigeria because one of them said this about the Nigerian police, the other wrote this about the Nigerian police on the internet. And it got me thinking that, is it that Olumuyiwa do not understand the fundamental human rights of the Nigerian citizen? Or is it that he believes that he can do and undo because he is in opposition, which, you know, that is invested with a lot of authority? Or is just that kind of person that believes in abuse of power? Or is just a power drunk officer who enjoys power, you know, to use power anyhow he likes, you know? I'm just trying to wonder, because it got me thinking when I searched through the internet and I saw that he arrested, I think I shared it. I shared what he did lately. Arrested a man just because the man said something on his internet. And I'd be like, for how long are we going to do this? We have Frakumba, which was the former PPRO. He was an upright man. Frakumba was a diligent man who believes in the rule of law and believes in fundamental human rights of the citizens. I don't think during the Frakumba's tenure, he was arresting, jailing, and arranging people to court anyhow. I don't think so. So I feel that the PPRO's activities need to be checked. Because I got to know that it was, him being in that position was by appointment. Oh, so now I know. And this is the problem we have. When you appoint someone, not based on experience, not based on merit, but maybe based on suggestion, or based on like, based on maybe relation, this is what we get. So please, we beg you, if the IGP place, if you want to appoint anyone to any position that requires, you know, that requires professionalism, whoever that is going to occupy the place must display a high level of professionalism, must display a high level of what? Integrity, and must also do things in line with the process of the Nigerian police force. Please ensure that that person has what? Has got experience and has got quality. Not just anybody based on maybe his background, based on the fact that he's a prince or is very close to a particular government or particular senator. Because at the end of the day, this is what they do to your tenure. They tend to do and undo. And then, of course, they believe in the fact that, oh, they have one or two, maybe their godfather or god whatever, that can stay or that can stand for them. And then automatically, they paint your tenure black. And then, of course, we get this result now. Now, today, we got I saw on the Facebook, or was it Facebook? Yeah, that the same PPRO Adejobi arrested, I'm coming, someone called Seeking 303 during a court appearance today, allegedly accusing him of cybercrime due to his latest social media posts on police corruption. Let me take that again. The PPRO, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, requested that this man be arrested because of what? Because he posted something on his social media based on the police corruption. Now, You and I, the first thing that comes to our mind is what happens to our fundamental human rights. What happens to the right to express ourselves? What happens to the right to do what? To your platform, to your social media platform, to express your beliefs and values. Why should a particular officer take that as his own responsibility to be checking what you write on your social media platforms? And then immediately he feels that what you wrote there, maybe he doesn't like it. Automatically, the next thing is send his boys to go and arrest you. And when they arrest you, he arrange you to court. Is it that he said cybercrime or he tells you treason? The point is, are we going to fold our hands and allow him arrest all of us? Because if he continues like this, then one day, all he needs to do is just, maybe he has turned his office to a monitoring office whereby they check everything we do on social media. And then when you say something that he doesn't like, the next thing is, okay, go and get that person, go and lock him up. That is so wrong. That is abuse of power, Mr. Adejobi. When you do that, you're trying to tell us that you're power intoxicated, you're power drunk. Maybe you've never occupied a position that gives you that this much authority. So you feel this is the right time. This is the office. I mean, you've attained this office now. The next thing is you want to start, dishing out authority. You can't wait to inflict pains on the citizens of Nigeria. You can't wait to, maybe to delegate authority or to even ask for permission from the officers before you. I learned even those officers before you, you tend to brag and you tend to boast in front of them. We don't need a man who is arrogant in the position of, on that seat as a PPRO. We don't need a stubborn man as a PRO. If anyone is going to be a PRO of a Nigerian police force, that is the face of a whole institution, the person has to have listening ears. And the person has to be what? A man with a what? With a cool, calm attitude. Not someone who is boastful and arrogant and believes he can do and undo and can arrest at just the snap of his fingers. That is not accepted. That is not accepted. It's a pity. In my dear country, journalists are, they are being stepped on. If not, I'm sure by now, a lot of journalists will have put up a lot of statements, a lot of publications on your illegal arrest and arresting spree. Now, let's go into the videos. And then we'll be backing it up.
This guy thinks that police work. You see, the Nigerian people must be mindful of who are the police must be out. This guy thinks that police work. He thinks police PRO work is about something that can arresting people that are outside the police. He thinks first PRO work is about jailing people. Was this how Frank Kumba and other PROs, was this how they were conducting PRO work? A client of ours who was arrested on the instruction of Muyiwa Adejobi for making a post about the abduction of the former DIG's wife. They arrested him, he has spent 10 days in custody. The parents went to go and see Muyiwa Adejobi to beg him. The parents came to our office and briefed us. Went to see Muyiwa Adejobi. If you see the level of ridicule that he ridiculed them, the level of ridicule, then it has been alleged that he locked three of the officers who allowed the parents to gain access to see him, to beg him. Who the hell does this guy think he is? The bloody first PRO? Is this how we can promote accountability in government? Is this the essence of policing? Is this how to do PRO work? He thinks the first PRO work is Bolekaja in Lagos and get into physical and fight. He thinks it's about... That's exactly how it's done. Exactly like it. He thinks that the first PRO is social business, where people will just be fighting and grappling and engaging in physical.
I'm sure you all could hear what lawyer Deji Adeyanju, what is saying there about the same PPRO that we're talking about. You could hear what they are saying. He arrested someone, one of his clients, just because the person wrote something about something about the police officer's wife that was kidnapped. And the next minute, I'm trying hard. The next minute, Olumiyiwa ordered his boys to go arrest the guy. Is this the democracy that we asked for? Is this the democracy? Is this the democracy that we say we're in? Democracy gives rooms for fundamental human rights. It gives rooms for criticism as well. There is no how you can have democracy and you won't have criticism. It gives room for criticism. Olumiyiwa Adejobi. Arresting us because we are, we're trying to, express ourselves is a no-no. Is an abuse of power. You're trying to show us that you are power drunk. That's just it. So many great men have occupied the position that you are today. I don't think there's anyone that has ever used that position that you are to keep arresting and arresting and arresting. There are so many great things. There are so many important issues that you need to focus on. Not you focusing on what we are using our own platforms to do. Not you focusing on Facebook fracas. Not you using your position to serve as a watchdog, to protect your own girlfriend, friends, and so on, especially when they have issues with whoever. When you do this, you are tarnishing the reputation of the IGP. The first person that people will throw stones at is is the IGP, not even you. Because for everything you do, we take it as if the directive or the direction or the authority is coming from him. Until lately, we got to know that so many things that you are doing, you're using your office to do, he knows nothing about it. And at times it makes me, I now asked, I said, who is in power? Who is the first man? Who is the #1 man in the police force? It should be the IGP. So why would the PPRO officer believes that he can just, order people to go and arrest? All because of what? He's power drunk? And then lawyer Deji said something there that is arrogant, is rude. Is rude. Why should we have a rude officer in that kind of position? A seat that is open. It is semi-private, semi-public. So why should we have a proud, arrogant, and rude officer there? For what? You can't run Nigeria, or you can't run the citizens of Nigeria as if you are running the subject in your father's palace. You can't do that. You can be authoritarian in your palace. But when it comes to the country, we have got constitutional rights. We have got laws. We have got process in doing things. You can't just wake up one morning and be ordering arrest, detain, jail. Like, what? Those were what lawyer Deji was trying to pass across here.
PPRO work. He thinks the first PPRO work is Bolekaja illegal, where people are forced to come down from the bus and get into physical and fight. He thinks it's about. That's exactly how it's exactly how it is. He thinks that the first PPRO is social business, where people will just be fighting and grappling and engaging in physical. So we are taking decisive action against people like that because they are anti-democratic elements in the bloody first PPRO. Is this how we can promote accountability in government? Is this the essence of policing? Is this how to do PRO work? He thinks the first PRO work is Bonekaja illegal, where people are forced to come down from the bus and get into physical and fight. He thinks it's about
that's exactly how
the parents went to go and see who you are to beg him. The parents came to our office and picked up. Went to see who you are if you see the level of ridicule that he ridiculed them.
Imagine
the level of ridicule, then it has.
It's very rude. The parents of the guy that you arrested and jailed illegally, because on no account should you have even arrested the guy in the first case. The guy hasn't done anything wrong at all. He only expressed he's still within his fundamental human rights to write stuffs about what he heard. You cannot tell us not to write stuffs about. And what did the guy wrote? I think he said, if the police had done something, they are stuff that they are meant to do, that the kidnap whatever wouldn't have been successful. That was what the guy wrote. And the next minute, Adejobi requested that the guy be arrested. For what? That is abuse of power. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. You can't be doing your seat as if you boya seat delay baba in your corner. Possible. You can't wake up one morning and say hello, arrest Lagbaja. Any right titiwa constitutional right is sọ pé kí n sọ nǹkan tí mo bá fẹ́ sọ tí mi ò bá ti defame èèyàn. If I didn't defame you, if I didn't abuse you, if I didn't insult you, I am within my rights. It is illegal for you to now say they should go and arrest the person. Torí kíni? Ṣagbára náà ló ń gún ẹ tó yẹn ni. Àwọn tó wà ńbẹ̀ lánàá 4 years, 8 years, you are going to drop the seat. You will drop it one day. You can't stay there for life. You will drop it. Do you know what will happen within that period after dropping? It's so wrong. The same thing you did when Boss Lady was explaining to the then AIG, Mr. Longe, may so rest in peace. He came to your office to speak to you one-on-one. What did you do? You insulted him. You were rude to him. You were edgy. You were stubborn, on top waiting. A case that is none of your business. A case that is none of your concern. A case that no police officer should even dabble into. Why would you use your own office? Why would you throw the weight? Why would you throw the weight of your office in Facebook fracas line? Why? I've never heard that. Do you know what Facebook fracas is all about? Why would you do that? You have messed the integrity of that office. Your activities are just so what? They are just so crazy. All because of what? Your girlfriends, your wife, your whatever relatives are involved, and the next minute you're ready to tarnish your reputation, tarnish the office reputation, just because you want to prove to them that you've got power. This is the result. People will keep insulting you from one place to another, and there's nothing you can do. You can't do us anything.
The level of ridicule, then it has been alleged that he locked 3 of the officers. Imagine. 3 of the officers who allowed the parents to gain access to see him, to beg him. Who the hell does this guy think he is?
This is what we're saying. Power drunk. Power intoxicated. If you could also go to the extent of, okay, we're going to, that you have to lock the officers that allow the parents of the boy you detained illegally, or you arrested illegally, you jailed illegally. You're even going to the extent of locking them up. Then what else? Please, to our amiable IGP, sir, you need to do a check and balance on Olumiyiwa's work. Olumiyiwa would stain and tarnish your reputation if you do not do something about it now. He is going to tarnish it. He's going to rubbish everything that you stand for. Because the more he goes about arresting everybody anyhow, the more people will start shouting IGP EGBETOKUN's name. This man is not fit for that office. He's too stubborn and too heady, and he's power drunk. We don't need a man like that in that in that powerful position. Awama Sotiwa.
Who the hell does this guy think he is? The bloody first PRO? Is this how we can promote accountability in government?
And I laugh, like, okay, what if Olumuyiwa is in America? Will he be arresting Americans with everything they are saying to Trump? With all the stuff they do, you know, all the mimicking, you know, all the insults, you know, some of them will even, you know, caricatures, everything they do for Trump. That means Olumuyiwa will go there and be arresting all the Americans. He will go on TikTok and then start looking for them one after the other to arrest. Because honestly speaking, I don't think we Nigerians have ever dragged our president the way they've dragged, you know, other presidents. Like, even let me use the United States of America, Trump. I don't think Nigerians have ever dragged our presidents the way they dragged theirs. And I don't think I've ever heard in the news that maybe the military or the police, you know, they started going to their houses one after the other to arrest them. I don't think so. We are in a democratic government in Nigeria. We are free to express ourselves. We are free to criticize the government. Criticism is part of the government. It is part of what? Of the government. So if you are a public officer and you are standing in the line of criticism or standing in the line of us expressing our rights, then of course, you want to rule us. You want to be authoritarian. You want to rule us on, is it dictatorship government? Which will not work. It won't.
Accountability in government? Is this the essence of policing? Is this how to do PRO work? He thinks the first PRO work is a Bolekaja in Lagos, where people are forced to come down from the bus and get into physical and fight. He thinks it's about...
That's exactly how it is.
Exactly how it is. He thinks that the first PRO is social peace, where people will just be fighting and grappling and engaging in physical. So we are taking decisive action against people like that because they are anti-democratic elements in the country. Muyiwa Adejobi is guilty of suppressing citizens' rights and freedom of speech in the country.
Yes.
And we are going to take...
That is what he's doing. Suppressing citizens' rights and freedom. That is his own mode of operandi. That is his own tools of working in his office. Abuse of power. Arresting as his breakfast. Detaining as his lunch. Jailing as his dinner. That is what he's doing in his office. And then his own tool to fight is treason and cybercrime. We do not understand all this. So we'll beg the IGP to please look into all these atrocities. It can't continue. It cannot just continue. We need to exercise our rights. We need to say whatever we want to say. We don't need to fear that someone is going to arrest us, thereby closing all our TikTok or not even talking about anything. You talk about police corruption, you'll get you arrested. You talk about police doing this, they get you arrested. Who does that in a democratic government? Who does that? It should not be allowed at all. It should not be allowed. Everybody is coming out to talk about it. Everybody is trying to hear that voice out that, oh, this is wrong. I'm going to do like 3-4 videos here.
Citizens' rights and freedom of speech in the country.
Yes.
And we are going to take appropriate legal and constitutional actions against him.
Exactly.
To serve as deterrents against other people like him in the police force who continue to be victimized and withhold people. And this is also to serve a serious vote of warning to the Cybercrime Center of the Nigerian Police. That the work of the Cybercrime Center is not to be arresting people who are opposing or criticizing government, or who are criticizing the police authority, or who are criticizing and calling for accountability in the police. That the work is to go after
funders of terrorism,
internet fraud and cyber terrorism and cyber criminals.
I said it earlier that the cybercrime is coating. For all I gathered, it's all about fraud and all that. not about you expressing yourself. So when did we have defamation, or when did we have insult and expressing your views as part of cybercrime in Nigeria? When? If not that somebody's just waking up one morning and say, okay, let me exercise these rights that I've got in my office. Let me show them that I have power. And then it goes about, go and arrest, go and arrest, go and arrest. Kilo de, alagbara mamero. Bale jontolo. Agbara yo.
Not to go and be arresting people that criticize the IG, people that criticize Commissioner of Police,
and people that criticize their girlfriend.
Yes, do you understand? So,
because a lady, by the way, was detained for 21 days. She's from the UK, Dorcas.
Yes.
She said she will never enter Nigeria again.
Can you just imagine? Can you imagine the impact, the negativity of that?
Because they criticize Louis' girlfriend.
So my take generally,
Exactly. Because when we look at the case, when we look at Dr. Adeyinka's case against Odulakomola Angaba, hello, it is of no concern. The PPRO has no business, and we say it again, has no business in it. Number one, it was all fake petitions, all true. Yet he still signed, he still commanded his officers to go ahead to investigate it. So yes, it's none of his concern. And honestly speaking, I agree with Dr. Adeyinka. The case needs to be investigated. His involvement needs to be investigated. What exactly is his interest? What does he want? What's his mission on that case? Because you abuse me, I abuse you. It's not a crime. You insult me, I insult you. It's not a crime. So how come we have a PPRO, for that matter, interested in case of two ladies fighting? What's his business in it? What exactly is his gain? Even if this person is your girlfriend or whatever, it should be none of your business. You shouldn't involve that office in whatever nonsense that your girlfriend is doing or your girlfriend proposed to you. You should have told her outrightly, this is none of my business. But of course, the PPRO is so much interested in soiling his own name and spoiling the reputation and the authority of that seat that he occupied. Involving himself in stuff that it's not of national interest. And he's busy showing himself, showing his power, to the extent that the late AIG had to come meet him and he was still heady and arrogant. Like I said, we do not want an arrogant man in that position. We do not want an arrogant, a stubborn man in that position.
the thing generally is that people like Muyiwa must be stopped by the citizens. Because if they are not stopped, they will shrink the civic space.
Of course.
And they will endanger our democracy.
Of course.
Let me just yes.
Exactly. And that's what we're saying. It needs to be checked. And it needs to be what? It needs to be stopped. I have so many videos here that I will play, so that you all could listen. Like I said, as seen on internet. When we see things on internet, we try to talk on it and use it to educate our people. So when next they see stuff like that, of course, they know what and what to do.
Rewarding impunity. IGP EGBETOKUN should resign or be fired. The other PPRO, who is very, very unprofessional, should the what Ademuyiwa something jobby, he should be prisoned one or two.
This is another people entirely. This is another people. This is another set of people. Sorry, is not aware of the behavior of this arrogant individual. Okay. Exactly, sir.
He should resign or be fired from that position. He's bringing serious disrepute to the Nigerian states. Then Omoyele Sowore should be released unconditionally and immediately and be apologized to, very importantly.
Because why would you tell them to arrest Sowore just because he mentioned something about illegal something or so? A statement he has made since December. And then you are now telling them to arrest him now. For what? Olumiyiwa Adejobi, for what? This is power drunk. This is the attitude of a tyrant, a dictator. You can imagine.
We must stop rewarding impunity. IGP EGBETOKUN should resign or be fired. The other PPRO, who is very, very unprofessional, should the what Ademuyiwa something jobby, he should be one on Twitter. He should resign or be fired from that position. He's bringing serious disrepute to the Nigerian states. Then Omoyele Sowore should be released unconditionally and immediately and be apologized to. Very importantly.
You see what we're saying? Everybody's just online trying to express their anger. They're trying to express their pains to what he's been using what he's been using his office to do, arresting illegally. Arresting people illegally up and down. And then the next minute he's going to charge them for this. He's going to charge them for that again for hours.
Why is not supposed to be anywhere near any serious business except the palace where it's in Chester. Why is not supposed to be anywhere near any serious business except the palace where it's in Chester. Why is not supposed to be anywhere near any serious business except the palace where it's in Chester. Why is not supposed to be anywhere near any serious business.
You can see. Kò sẹ́ni tó take it serious mọ́ torí pé kíni, he is just messing up with the office. He is just messing up with the authority. Abuse of power. When you see someone like that, abuse of power ni mu yiwan lo kuto den lo nsin. Let me abuse my power, and that is in Konti mu yiwa she lori case Dorcas Adeyinka. We'll go there now. Before that, let me tell you what abuse of power is. It's the misuse of authority or influence to gain an unfair advantage over others. That is the meaning of what? That's the meaning of abuse of power. It could take any form: manipulation, coercion, bullying, discrimination, favoritism, exploitation. Now tell me, everything Timokalei, almost everything ni Muyiwa Adejobi lo in the case of Baba Beji and what? And Dorcas Adeyinka. He made sure that he used, the abuse of power to manipulate a lot of officers to transfer the case from Lagos to Abuja, transferring Baba Beji from Ogun State to Abuja for no reason. And the man spent nothing less than 89 days or 90 days with no trial. And at the end of the day, he was released with no charges. He was released with what? No charges. He was locked up based on the instruction of what? Muyiwa Adejobi. How can a man be this heartless and wicked? All because you want to what? Favor your people. Whether they are your girlfriend, whether they are your lover, whether they are your relatives, whether they are your in-law, whether they are your whatever. If you can be so inhuman and wicked to lock a man up, a man that his wife just died for good 90 days for no reason, based on the what? The fake, useless petition that Tolulokpo Omolara Gaba and Tolulokpo Degbami that they wrote to you. You signed it without even, I'm sure you must have read, or you just felt, oh, all I need from you guys is just write a petition for me. Don't worry. Just bring that petition, I'll sign. And I'll order my boys to work on it. And at the end of the day, it's not going to give you any good accolade. It's going to give you a bad reputation and a bad recommendation. And that is why we are here telling you your activities over the years has been what? Has been so crazy. It has been that of a man who has been anticipating for power. And all of a sudden he stumbled on one, or he was given the privilege to attain a position of where he saw a lot of power. And what did he do with it? He messed up with the power that was given to him. Your attitude is like a man who feels, oh, praying his life to say, okay, when I get to I'm praying to get to a position. And yes, he got to that position and he started misusing the authority, misusing the power invested in that position, on that seat, because he feels is what? The face of the Nigerian police force. This cannot continue. That is what we're saying. We can't close our eyes and see you arresting our brothers and sisters every day just because they took, they took up to the media platform to express themselves. And the next minute, in your own dream and in your own interpretation, you feel that what they wrote there is an issue to you. The next minute, you order for their arrest. You are trying as much as possible to do what? To belittle our rights. You're trying as much as possible to what? To crack down our fundamental human rights in Nigeria, which is wrong. Which is what? Which is wrong. And I love that everything that IGP brought out, he said, no more fake petitions. When you write a petition, you must put a declaration that everything you're saying in that petition is nothing but the truth. If you write a petition full of lies, like the one Olawoshibi has been writing so far, the person should be jailed. No more transferring of files, cases that have already been what? Investigated and report has been written on it. No more transferring it from Alagbon to Abuja. No more. This is exactly what you did, Olumuyiwa, in the case of Dr. Sadeyinka. You requested the file that has already been closed to be moved down to Abuja. Not only did you do that, from one office to another, from one office to another, just because you wanted what? You wanted to use the abuse of power. You wanted to manipulate the officers, the officers in charge. You wanted to manipulate them so that they can give you what you want. So that they can allow you to perpetrate all your evil plans and evil ways. Is this the oath that you swore? Is this what it's all about? Did you swear an oath to use your position as the PPRO to intimidate people? To cause pain and chaos? Is that what you swore? Did you tell us that, oh, I'm attaining the office, so as I resume as an officer, PPRO officer, I will make sure I jail 95% of youth, of Nigerian youth? Is that what you told us? It's a shame. It's a big slap. You signed on a fake petition, a petition that is full of lies. You signed and then you were moving it from one place to another just because you wanted them to say, Dr. Sadeyinka, you are guilty. And you think when we see you out there tomorrow, we'll stand and say, oh, he was our PPRO for where? Kojo. Then you can let come. When we see you outside the country, we won't. Somebody like me will look at you. I'll make sure I east. You can't come and arrest me. You can't come and arrest me here. Your power no reach here. I will do and undo here. If they ask me, I'll tell them this is what he did to my sister. No matter. Stop tampering on our rights. Stop stepping on our fundamental human rights. Allow us free and fair rights to be heard. Right to express ourselves. Freedom of speech. Freedom of expression. Allow us to express ourselves. Allow us to write whatever we want to write. Leave it. Leave us alone. Face terrorism. Face all those boko. Face all those kiddie kidnapping up and down. Face all those people, all those stealing by trick. Face them. There are a lot of things that you need to face in Nigeria. Leave us alone. Let us express ourselves on social media. Stop meddling in Facebook fracas. What's your problem with Facebook fracas? What do you want to? Okay, open platform. Let us start fracas together. Come and be a speaker. Come and be a speaker. Oh yeah, speak. PPRO wants to open a page. Oh, he wants to join Facebook fracas. Oh yeah, now. Come and tell us what you understand by two people fighting. Tell us what you understand. You abused me, I abuse you. Come and open page. Let's know that the PPRO is now a Facebook fracas speaker. So, addition to the male speakers on Facebook. Kakuku mo po boya oya ti jo bere niyen ko le. Oya bota bodeja burawa big time. It should not be allowed. I mean, go say it all coins, none of your business. And when you take this abuse of power, coercion, just like what you're doing, calling them up and down. She's not guilty. She's not guilty. You will take it to another place. Coercion. Bullying. Bullying. Why would an officer take to bullying? Why? Why would an officer take to bullying? Just because you shall want to throw that weight of your weight of office. You want to throw it in line of justice. You don't want the Kazadeyika to get justice. All you are planning for is just to look for ways to discipline her for what? Bullying with no cause. There is no reason. She has never abused you before. She has never insulted you before. So what exactly is your problem with her? That is what we are asking. Hello, sir. You are still going to leave that position one day. Maybe you've forgotten. No matter how far, 12 years, 24 years, you will leave that office one day. And when you leave, what do you think people will say about you? What do you think we will say about you? When we see you outside, do you think we will see you and smile? And oh no. God help you if you're with your family. I don't know, maybe you guys saw the video of Aregbeshola when some guys went to, when they went to accost him. Was it in America or so? You saw everything they did to him. You saw everything they did to him. So many of them, they will ridicule. You can't do anything for them. Is it in London? Is it in America? You can't do anything. They will ridicule you blue black. And there's nothing you can do. Stop arresting our brothers and sisters in Nigeria. We may not be in Nigeria, okay? But we feel for our brothers and sisters down there. Because we enjoy the rights here, right? So why shouldn't they enjoy their own rights in the country? Stop turning yourself to watchdog on what we do on our media platforms. In as much as we didn't defame or we didn't say something else about the government or about the police. Allow us to express ourselves. And then we have discrimination. We have favoritism. That is exactly what the PRO did. Favoritism. Giving undue benefits to certain people. That is what you did. A case that is none of your concern in the first case. In the first place. What did you do? You turned it upside down. You didn't allow the offices that you went to tender the petitions, you didn't allow them to do it diligently. You didn't allow them to look, to assess the other parties that you are favoring. You keep covering them. You keep covering them. That is what? Favoritism. It is an eyesore. It is an insult to see and find out that we have a police officer, or PPRO for that matter, playing a favoritism game between two parties. It is an eyesore. It's a slap on you. It's a slap. You take to one party. You're covering one party, right? You don't want them to investigate one party, but you want them to investigate the other party. Then you kept moving from one department to another. And you want us to respect you? You want us to see you outside and say, oh, respect. No. That can't be possible. The moment you tarnish your reputation yourself by yourself and for yourself, the moment we too will assist you to tarnish your reputation as well. I don't know why. I don't know what you're doing in Facebook fracas. And can I shock you? You can never live there because your name, every time we talk about what happened in Nigeria, your name will keep mentioning your name. We will keep what? Mentioning your name because you were the #1 factor. You were the one aiding and abetting them. You are the one allowing them to keep writing fake petitions. And you're backing them up, knowing fully well that what they are writing is nothing but fake. Lies. Yet you back them up. And then you come out tomorrow and tell us the Nigerian government, Nigerian police force are saying it's discrimination, it's wrong, it's kinikon. Whereas that is what you're doing. That is what you're using the authority in your office. That's what you're using it to do. Abuse of power. Favoritism, discrimination, exploitation. That is what you're doing. That is exactly what you're doing. Examples of abuse of power. Police officers using excessive force without punishment. I say again. Police officers using excessive force without punishment. That was what Olumuyiwa Adejobi, that was what he did in case of Dr. Adeyinka. Of course, there won't be any punishment. Because everything you did is against the law. Is illegal. Declaring not wanted is illegal. So how do you want to punish someone that you did? So many things you did was what was illegal. So for those idiots that are shouting up and down, for those mofos, but those fools, those people that you favored, maybe you can tell them, or maybe you can call them on the phone and lecture them that there are so many things they are coming out to say that can never be like that because you knew perfectly well that declaring not wanted was illegal. There are processes to you declaring someone wanted under the law. Even under the police office, under the Nigerian police law processes, there are ways you go about to declare. How do you declare someone wanted when the investigative office has not even written their reports? How? They have not written their reports. They've not passed it to legal departments to say, okay, we further what? We further advise that this particular person be what? Be declared wanted. That is when it will now be passed to your own office. Abibe Connie. But what did you do? You woke up on a Sunday morning and boom, you decided to write declare wanted. You and I know, Adejobi, that what you did was what was wrong. And this is what our IGP is saying here in his press release. Thank God you were the one that signed it. He wrote it right there. Ọlọ́pàá tí ó bá lo ipò rẹ̀ láti ṣe kíni láti gbé ẹjọ́ bá yín kà síta dáadáa. Tó bá lo ipò rẹ̀ tó fi gbé petition tí ó tọ́ tó gbé wọlé yóò fojú jẹ ṣégè nínú ìyà. Nǹkan tí wọ́n kọ síbẹ̀ òun là ń kà síta. A kàn fẹ́ example sí ni kó ba lè yé yín dáadáa. Nǹkan kọ síbẹ̀ rí. Aráàlú tó bá kọ̀wé ìfisùn tó jìnnà sí òtítọ́ sí ilé-iṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá, ọlọ́pàá tó bá fi ipò rẹ̀ tó bá sí ipò rẹ̀ tó bá ṣípò rẹ̀ lò, thank you, yóò fojú finá òfin. Our amiable PPRO, ẹ̀yin ti fi ipò tiyín ẹ ti fi ṣe, ẹ ti fi jógẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ̀ seriously. Ẹ ti fi jógẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ̀ seriously láti dá sí nǹkan tí ó kàn yín. Facebook fracas is a no-go area. For what? For an intelligent officer. A vibrant officer, a responsible officer will never soil his clothes, spoil his reputation to stoop so low and involve himself in Facebook fracas. It's a slap on you, sir. It's a disgrace to your office. There are so many important things of national interest that you should have done with your time. But you left them
And you are busy parading yourself with who? With those nitwits that came to write fake petitions. It's even disgraceful to hear that you signed a petition full of lies. Those are the things that we want our amiable IGP to investigate. Why would an officer, knowing fully well that everything that they brought forward to him is nothing but lies, sign it? Why? For what purpose? And then what do we have in those crazy petitions? He abused me. He called me. He said I will pine. He want to pine me. He want to shake me. Wasting the police time. What happens to all the reports? After all, the IGP monitoring unit wrote a report. What happened to them? Why did the PPRO, why did they shield those people that came to write lies in their petition? Why did they shield them away from being what? Disciplined. That is what? Favoritism. This is the same person that is arresting people up and down, shouting cybercrime, shouting treason. Treason is another thing, another tool that he uses to fight. No wonder those small kids, he charged them for treason. I'm coming. Let me give you that video as well. Everything we say here is on internet. All we need to do is just to what? To walk further, get more information and bring it out. You said they were flying a Russian flag. The next minute, you wanted to what? Jail all the small children. And you have your own kids. Maybe you have them in London, or you have them in America, or you have them in Australia. Yet you're planning to what? To arrest and detain. Hold on. To arrest and detain, charge kids for treason. Hold on, please. I really want to. I'll get the video out for you. I want to play that video. Because when I saw it too on VDM's platform, I'd be like, how am I kere? How am I to ye lecture? Ke ba won wi? Lecture them, talk to them. Oh, what you're doing, this and this is what you need to do. Put them to school. Let them learn. Hold on. The next thing we hear is you charge them for treason. The same treason you want to charge Dr. Adeyinka for. The same treason you want to charge Showore for. How many people are you going to charge for treason? How many? Oh, sorry. How many people are you going to charge for treason? Oh, where's this video? Sorry, please. I'm so sorry. Somewhere. I saw it somewhere, you know. I really sorry. I want to. It's the video of VDM and those very dark man and those small kids at the. I think it's in the police station or so. Oh, sorry. I'll get it. I'll get it. Sorry, please. Oh no. I've got a lot of videos here, honestly. I've got thousands of videos here. Okay, just give me a few minutes. I'll look for it now. I'll bring it out. Because I want us to see. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́rí video yẹn. Kẹ́ wá wo àwọn ọmọ kékeré tí Olúmúyìwá Adéjọbí fẹ́ charge fún. Tó fẹ́ charge fún treason. Kẹ́ wá wo bá àwọn ọmọ yẹn ṣe kéré. Because at times I don't understand. Okay. Charge for treason. Sorry. I'm sorry, please. Oh. I'm sorry. Okay. I just am walking along. When I see it, I'll take time and look for it. I have so many. Maybe bye. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ díẹ̀ nínú nǹkan tí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ díẹ̀ nínú nǹkan tí boss lady sọ. Yeah, if you write a fake petition, exactly, and to make the whole thing worth or lead to, he now went to write petition against Dorcas, and I'll be like, write petition against Dorcas that what? Knowing fully well that you don't have evidence. Yes, I've seen the video I'm looking for.
Boys that the Tinubu government arrested, that they were flying Russian flag. All these children where you see like this now, because they could not secure bail for them. They are going to the prison now. They could not secure bail for them. Now the question is this: what does this boy know about flag? This boy does not even have a basic. I was going to pee when I saw this boy. I was like, this boy is my children. So now we came to court. They could not grant them bail. They have adjourned the case. So where are they going to sleep? They are going to sleep beside the cell again. And already they stayed for more than 90 days. Today is the 93rd day, 93 days.
You can see that.
Now this boy, 10 years old boy, right? Yeah, sir. Apparently these are the boys that the Tinubu government arrested, that they were flying Russian flag. All these children where you see like this now, they go to prison because they could not secure bail for them. They are going to the prison now. They could not secure bail for them. Now the question is this: what does this boy know about flag? This boy does not even have a basic education, let alone knowing that he flew a flag. I just came out of jail and I was with them. That's the craziest part. This morning I was going to pee when I woke up. I was going to pee when I saw this boy. I was like, this boy is my children. So now we came to court. They could not grant them bail. They have adjourned the case. So where are they going to sleep? They are going to sleep beside the cell again. And already they stayed for more than 90 days. Today is the 93rd day, 93 days.
You can imagine. You can imagine. Look at those small kids. You know the most funniest thing? These kids are what? They are illiterate. They are not educated. And then you got them arrested on the ground that they are flying Russian flag. What do they even know? Do they even know whether a flag is for Russia or a flag is for Sambisa or a flag is for Jamaica? Do they? Atrocities PPRO mu iwa tí ó ń ṣe òun lè rí yẹn. So if someone there is a video I have where he as usual with his mic. He came online with his mic. Yes, the kids, the perform tracing, and they will be charged to court. And be like, But you have your own kids, don't you? You've got your own kids. So if let's say one of your kids, maybe a boy or a girl, just brought a flag in, are you telling us you arrest your own son, Gogo, and charge him to treason? If he was to come back from school one day and he started playing with Saudi Arabian flag, are you going to charge your own son for treason? Treason here. Showore, treason. Dorcas, treason. Kilo day, take it easy. Cybercrime and treason. Those are the two things you want to charge people for. You arrest them, you take them to jail, you arrange them to court, cybercrime. You this one again, take them to court, treason. Haba. Whatever we do in life, let us remember, nothing is what is permanent. The seat you are occupying today was once occupied by what? Mr. Frakumba. It was once occupied by who? Mr. Frakumba. I don't think we have issues with Mr. Frakumba when it comes to the rule of law or when it comes to the fundamental human rights of citizens. I don't think Mr. Frakumba had time to meddle or interfere in anything called Facebook fracas. I don't think he has the time to sit down and then tell people moving one case from moving case that has no tail and leg from one department to another. He was busy with the national interest. He was busy with with cases and issues that concerns the national interest and national development. He was busy with what? Moving and improving the standard, the security of what? Of the nation. The security of Nigeria was what he focused on. He didn't have the time shoveling between one page or the other on Facebook. The other day we saw you watching Lizanjorin's show. Thank God that show she was bullying Dr. Sadinka. We saw you there. We screamed you. You were watching and begin to wonder, what is the PPRO? What interest does he have in Facebook fracas? We still do not know. Showeri said, and I quote, using your office to back your girlfriends up. It was Showeri that said that. And I'd be like, okay, should you even interfere, or must you even interfere in anything that has to do with your girlfriend? According to what Showeri said, though. Let me play it again. Showeri said, use his office to what? To protect his girlfriend. Yes, that was what Showeri said. So must you interfere? Can't you call your girlfriend and say, girlfriend, are you normal? Go and sit down somewhere. So must you say, oh yeah, go ahead. And then you start using your seat to do and undo. Thereby bringing all sort of stain, all sort of insult to the position that you occupied. It's a pity. It is a pity. It is what? It is a pity. I don't know. I think it was the IGP that appointed him, right? It's a pity. I'm sure if you had known that you would turn out to be what? That you would turn out to be a power-drunk officer, he wouldn't have used you. He wouldn't have appointed you as a PPRO officer. If you had known that you'll be power intoxicated, he wouldn't have. He'll have choose a cool, calm man or woman to occupy that sensitive position. If you had known that you are unruly, rude, and arrogant, he wouldn't have choose you or appoint you to stay in that office. Because I must say, your atrocities and activities over the years is what? Is a stain. Is a stain. Is a stain to the reputation of what? Of our dear IGP. You have caused nothing other than harm. You've caused nothing other than pain to his office, to his pedigree, to his integrity. Okay? So I want us to listen to just I want us to listen to one or two Adeyinka's, experience.
Àwa kan máa jókòó síbẹ̀ tá máa make sure pé kò sí ni pé gbogbo bí wọ́n bá ṣe ń lùlù kó bàjẹ́ lórúkọ Jésù Kristi iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tí yóò ní bàjẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ yóò ní mọ̀ṣì, àwọn ọmọ yóò ní mọ̀yà. Kí ló dé ṣé wọ́n rán arákùnrin yẹn ṣé wọ́n rán sí bàbá wa yìí ni pé kó wá máa ṣe kíni kó ṣá máa wá máa ṣe bó ṣe wù ṣá. Kí ló dé? Kí ló dé? Kí ló dé gan?
Arresting illegally.
We are all Yoruba.
Detaining.
When Hausa and Igbo were there, kò sí wàhálà. Kí ló dé gan?
Kò sí o.
Ṣé bẹ́yàn ni Frank Mba? When he was there, the job of PPRO, he did it perfectly well.
Yeah.
We didn't have so much noise on social media like we're having every day on this Muyiwa Adejobi. He didn't want any transparency in my case. No, Muyiwa Adejobi didn't want it. Because with every investigation, he will move it from another place to another place. How can a whole IG monitoring unit investigate a case and they came up with a report? Even though the case had already been treated at Alagbon, they came up with their whole report. It was now transferred to ID monitoring unit. They came up with similar reports to that of Alagbo, that this is a nonsense case. So they are all on social media doing it to themselves. Nobody is against or wrong. Nobody did wrong to anybody. Muyiwa Adejobi wasn't happy with the verdict of IG monitoring unit. He took the case from there. He took it to RIOT. Please, this is what our wonderful father, Inspector General of Police, said he does not want to see ever again.
You heard what Dr. Sadeyinka said. The same man, 13 sọ̀rọ̀ Bolate kon, 13 play video fún yín tẹ́ ń gbọ́ báwọn èèyàn ṣe lament. Tẹ́ ń gbọ́ VDM lẹ́tú gbọ́ yẹn tó kó set up àwọn ọmọ kékeré, àwọn ọmọ tí ò ju 6 years, 7 years, tó lò 90 days. The same thing he did to Baba Abeji. Tó instruct pé kán gbé Baba Abeji láti Èkó, kán gbé lọ sí Abuja, kán lọ lock her up for 90 days. All because of what? All because he's opportune to occupy a position, that has got a lot of authority. The only problem is that what? The IGP appointed him as the PPRO officer. Then he started misusing it. He started acting like, arresting and rearresting as if he's actually, ruling on the subordinates in his palace. Make law. Any small thing, that is how Adejobi is ruling. That is how Adejobi, that's how he's behaving in that position. You heard what Boss Lady said. He never wanted transparency. And that's the truth. That is why I read the abuse of power. Moka fun alekon mo de sọ fún you forms to abuse of power ma fin take place. Bullying, favoritism, discrimination. He never wanted transparency. He never wanted the IG monitoring units láti investigate àwọn tó gbé petition wá. But you can allow them kí wọ́n investigate ẹni tó kọ petition. Counter petition táwọn yẹn bá tún kọ wá tún mú wá move ẹ. What kind of an officer is that? Irú officer wo nìyẹn? What's your interest in Facebook fracas? Kí ló kan Adejobi pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ Dorcas àti Abike? Kí ló kan ńbẹ̀? As an officer, must you even interfere? Kí ló ń wá ńbẹ̀? Kí ló ń wá ńbẹ̀? Obìnrin méjì ń búra wọn, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ síra wọn. Oníkálukú ló l'evidence lọ́wọ́. Ìwọ lórí mi dàrú, mi lórí ẹ̀ta. Kí ló kan officer Muyiwa ńbẹ̀ láti máa kọ pé ó yá ẹgbẹ́ case lọ sí bíbáyìí láti Èkó. Àyà yẹn pọ̀, power yẹn pọ̀ gan. The IGP needs to work on this. Why is he acting as if pé òun gangan ni IG? Because to me, he is acting as if as Adejobi gangan òun ni IGP. Bó ṣe act nìyẹn, ṣe ló act bí pé yes, na me be the IGP. The other IGP, maybe, I don't want to say any other thing, but bó ṣe rí lójú mi nìyẹn. That's how it is to me. That power must be so much that you will tell them to, you order people come from Lagos. And lọ gbé case wá.
Let me continue reading what was written.
Sorry.
Written by the Nigerian Police Force. Remember? Let me continue reading it. Over continuing the recurring practice of transferring cases still under investigation between formation without authorization has been deemed unacceptable. Thank you, sir, my wonderful Inspector General of Police. Thank you, sir. It is totally bullshit. It is totally unacceptable.
Exactly.
Such actions create unnecessary delays, impose undue burden on parties involved, like that of Baba Abeji, and waste resources. The IGP has categorically stated that cases should be investigated within the jurisdiction where legal offenses occur unless expresses approved by his office. Like that of Baba Abeji. This case was supposed to be investigated by Elewero. Why did you carry him all the way to Abuja, where Muyiwa Adejobi is, when he said they should go and lock Baba Abeji up for 81 days?
Imagine.
When Muyiwa Adejobi used the same issue to declare Dorcas wanted.
Illegally.
For what? Who did Dorcas kill? Help us.
And at the end of the day, go see everything he wrote, everything he declared Dorcas Adeyinka wanted for. He can't provide evidence. He can't even provide, oh, this is it. He can't even provide 1 or 2 charges against her. And then he went ahead, used the power of his office, right, to declare her wanted unjustly. Ara power, abuse of power, tan so niye. Abuse of power, buruku tan so. And he's known for it. He is known for abuse of power, illegal arrest, illegal detaining, declaring wanted, you know, illegal, everything. He's known for malpractices, corruption. That is what Muyiwa Adejobi is known for. Come and share illegal things. And that's why you see Showere and everybody standing up against him to say enough is enough. This is not a Bole Kaja campaign that you can just wake up one morning and say, I do, I no do. Everything has got process. Under the Nigerian police force, everything has got process. It has got process. Imagine transferring Baba Abeji from Lagos to Abuja. Lori Kini, because some people wrote petition against him. When there is a little way around there that they can transfer him from Ifo, they'll transfer him from Ifo to Abeokuta to Elewero to go and undo. We prefer they bring him down to Abuja, spend another 90 days. Over what? The lawyer had to, of course. His lawyer had to be like, Kini gbogbo. At the end of the day, no single charges against him. No single charges against him. And this is supposed to be the face of the Nigerian police force. Because if you are a PPRO, if you are a public relation officer of an organization, you are like a face. You are like a face that what? That protects the brand. So, the face that protects the police force is known for what? Illegal things, illegal activities. Illegal arrest and detain. Illegal declaring someone wanted. And it's a slap and embarrassment to the Nigerian police force. And I think the IGP, sir, with all due respect, I think it's high time you look into it. Excuse me. I think it's high time you look into Muyiwa Adejobi's activities. It's high time you sit down and set a panel for them to study his ways and activities. All the arrests he has made. It's high time you look into it. All the cases he has appended his signature on. It's high time you look into it. It's high time you sit down and go over everything that he said he has done under his office. Or in his office. Or with his office. Whichever one. Because it's full of illegal malpractices, corruption. That is what it stands for. That is what
that made them declare. The people that investigated my case did not declare me wanted.
That is it.
As a matter of fact, they were shocked.
That is what we were saying. That is what we're saying. Muyiwa is not an investigative officer. His own is just to, you know, get a recommendation or get a report. All they do is they pass the report to him that, okay, from so, this is what is this the next line. It's even the legal department that will even say, okay, wanted. And then they pass it to him to do what? To bring it to the public. But what did he do? He took laws into his hands on Sunday morning. Maybe after 1 or 2 rounds, he just woke up and said, don't worry, baby, I'll do this. I'm just saying, I'm just using that to joke around. But what could make him stand up on that Sunday morning and then boom, the next minute, declare wanted? And then you need to see the nonsense he wrote. Description, eyes wide, nose big. For what? Everything was what? Not, it was unprofessional. Everything was tacky. It was tacky. No rule of law at all. No respect to the fundamental human rights. No, this can't continue. This cannot continue. Let's listen to this and then we'll try to end the show. Okay?
His office, the office of the PPRO, declared Dorcas wanted. He is not an investigating officer. He doesn't investigate cases. He has no knowledge of what happened. He is not an investigative officer. He does not investigate any case. So why would somebody that doesn't have the knowledge of a case, somebody that doesn't know about a case, why would you use your office to declare someone wanted? The people that investigated the case too were shocked that, how? Why is he having personal interest in Facebook fracas issue? Why?
If you remember, the CHSSR as well told us that when they paid the IGP monitoring unit a visit on Baba Beji's case, and then they'd be like, okay, if Baba Beji, the primary suspect, has been released, why then do you now go ahead to put up, you know, a wanted declaration for the second suspect? Why? And then they said, oh, they were shocked as well. The CHSSR also said so. They said the IGP monitoring unit claimed they were not the one who wrote a report that Dr. Adeyinka should be declared wanted. So now you can see when we say that the PPRO is power drunk, and abuse of power is his own tool. It's part of the tool of leadership. It's part of the tool of practice. Abuse of power is his #1 tool that he works with. He uses to what? To intimidate. We know what we're saying. This is a practical example. This was a practical example. Why declare someone wanted? On false allegations. On all the allegations that what? At the end of the day, you can't even charge. No charges whatsoever for any of it. Extortion, cyberbullying, cyberstalking, alleged murder. You declared that wanted. You didn't even give a damn about her mental state. You didn't even give a damn about her mental health. Do you think it's easy to declare someone wanted just like that? Putting the life of that person at risk. Because when you declare someone wanted, you're giving the citizens the go ahead to help you to help you nab that person. God help me. If I'm now walking, maybe I didn't even know that my face is out. I now decide to walk through the streets of, where you have all this, when we have all those street stuff, street thugs. Do you think they won't beat a lot of me? Do you think they won't beat a lot of me? All in the name of they want to take me, they want to arrest me, they want to try to help the police officer, isn't it? That declared me wanted to get me. Thereby putting my life in danger. You said alleged murder. They can even decide to take laws into their hands. Because when it's Omoto declare wanted jungle justice. Before you know, Oluweti turn see Erosusun. Abi? So will you come out again and say, actually, it was fake? We just wanted to use to discipline her? Abi? If an old officer, a PPRO officer, can stoop so low to involve himself, to stain his own reputation and stain his own dignity with little stuffs like this. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm short of words. I don't even know what to say. Because it is slap. It's a big slap. I hope the next PPRO officer will not walk in his shoes. Because honestly speaking, this is ridiculous.
Why? Why is he having personal interest in Facebook fracas issue? Why? Can you help us to ask him why he declared Dorcas wanted?
Showore has said it. Showore said he uses his office to fight for his girlfriend. That was what Showore said. Fortunately or unfortunately, the so-called girlfriend replied Showore by herself with her own hand. Nobody mentioned her name. Now she kukuma carry her leg, you go reply to Showore. But do we need this? That's my question. Do we need this? And then we're clamoring to have a better Nigeria. We are all shouting, oh, Nigeria will be great. Oh, Nigeria will be better one day. Yet we have the men in power. Yet we have the police officer that we thought or we felt, okay, they will help us with the security. They will help us with the what? With the community. They will help us maintain law and order in the country. Unfortunately, they are even the one that is even causing chaos. That is using the influence, using the authority in their offices, using it to cause chaos and intimidate other citizens just because they want to shield their own relative, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. They don't care. They go to any length just to save their own. And they go to any length to punish the other party. And at the end of the day, it turns out that they are old. They are very old. It's even the one that is 100% guilty. And yet we think Nigeria will be great. No, I don't think so. Instead that we see things like this and we voice out. So that we can remove the bad eggs from the Nigerian police force, irrespective of who you are and the position that you attain. It is better we remove the bad eggs one after the other. Let us expose them. Let us expose their hidden works and atrocities to the general public. Let them know. Let's make them know that, oh, this person that you think, whatever, DSP, ASP, whatever that you think he or she is, this person is nothing but a what? This person is a corrupt officer. A power intoxicated officer. A power drunk officer. He is not fit, or he or she is not fit to sit down in that position or to sit down in that office. Because the more he sits there, or the more she sits there, she would keep, or he will keep causing chaos. Arresting the citizens that have their right, that, they are within their rights to express themselves. He will keep arresting them. You keep arresting people that come online to say stuff about Nigerian police and Nigerian government. But yet, you see people that come online to write, to threaten people online. You think those are not the people that you should go for. Which one should you go for? Someone that comes online to curse, to bully, to threaten, or someone that comes online to say, Honestly speaking, Dari is now 1,000 naira. God help us in this country. Oh, what is our government doing now? Which one? Who do you think you're supposed to arrest? Or I come online to say stuff like, the Nigerian police force is kinikon. Then you will tell them to come and arrest me. But it is okay for a citizen to come online to threaten the life of the other, to bully the other person, right? It is okay for you. But it is not okay for you if I come out to express myself on the state of the country or the state of the Nigerian police force. It is not okay. Automatically, you will tell them to come and arrest me. That is so wrong, Mr. PRO. That is so wrong. And it's a pity. The position you occupied requires what? 100% professionalism. It requires what? A man of integrity. A man of what? A man of high caliber. A man of 100% IQ. To sit down in that position and do what? And give us 100% what? 100%. Oh, excuse me. 100% undiluted national work. It's a pity. Well,
let me continue reading it. Did you not an investigative officer? Head of Dorcas is not part of it. I don't care. I'm not scared of somebody that doesn't have the knowledge of a case.
yes,
Somebody that doesn't know about a case. Why would you use your office to declare someone wanted? The people that investigated the case too were shocked that how? Why is he having personal interest in Facebook fracas issue? Why? Why is he having personal interest in Facebook fracas issue? Why? Can you help us to ask him why he declared Dorcas wanted? Because
of course, he did that because he's power drunk. He did that because he believes he has got the power to do and undo. He did that because he wants to intimidate you. He did that because he is known for what? Abuse of power. He did that because he believes, of course. All he needs to do is just to go into the IGP's office to lie. So this is stuff that he has been doing. He has been using his office to do. He knows. That was why at times I sit down and I ask, how are we sure that it's not Olumuyiwa that is even the acting IGP? I'm just saying, without due respect, sir. I'm just saying, I'm just thinking loud. Like, because how could someone sit down, perpetuating all this evil, signing all those fake petitions, using the IGP as a cover-up? And he's even bold. And he's even showing to the other police officers that, yes, I'm the one. It's something that still amazes me. Something that I'm still trying as much as possible to find answers to. Because I still do not understand. I still couldn't get here, Rara. Why do you have to wake up one morning and declare someone wanted on a case that you don't even know anything about? The same you arrested the journalist. Its parents came to, to beg you. You insulted their life. The same you ordered Chore to arrest Chore because he said something about the IG. The same you arranged kids for treason. Kids of 6-7 years old. The same you. The same you here. The same you there. The same you here. The same you there. Kilo de. Emma bate no ije. Emma bate no IG ije. Beba ti e fe ja IG e dúró de tonu ti yin ke to wa ba gbogbo e je. Ka kuku mo pe ti ngba te wa nbe aya ni de Naija mo. Aya dúró síbi tá wà. Aya ma wòran pé yin te wa nle e pẹ̀lẹ́ o. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́.
about the wanted of Dorcas. The IG doesn't know about the wanted of Dorcas. Is not part of it. I don't.
Imagine. if the #1 man in the Nigerian police force is not even aware that he declared Dr. Adeyinka wanted? So where did he get the approval from? Who approved it? Who gave him the right to say, okay, go ahead and put this? Though the officers, the office in charge of that is investigating the whole issue, have not even written their report to say, let us declare wanted. The IG, the #1 man, is not even aware of it, did not even sign it. Yet, Olumiyiwa Adejobi went ahead to declare a citizen of Nigeria, and even a citizen of what? A British citizen wanted for all offenses that has no basis. And he has no evidence to back himself up for. What exactly is going on in my dear country, Nigeria? What exactly is going on in our dear father's land, Nigeria? Has it gotten to a stage where an officer will wake up one morning and will just decide, okay, you know what? You have issues with my girlfriend, I declare you wanted. You have issues with my wife, I declare you wanted. You have issues with my son, I declare you wanted. What exactly is going on in our dear father's land, where we are not free to express ourselves anymore because we have a tyrant, a power-drunk PPRO that believes he can always what he wants to subdue us? You dare not talk. If you say something he doesn't like, he gets you arrested. He gets you detained. He gets you jailed. What is going on in our dear father's land? For those of us that are not even in the country, anytime we wake up, we will try to, okay, let's catch up on what's going on. What has happened again? Who have they arrested again? On what purpose? On what basis? Because it could happen to our own tomorrow. That is why we all need to stand up in one voice and say no to a tyrant officer. No to an officer that believes abuse of power is his own tools to intimidate other citizens. We all have got the same rights. The only difference is that what? He is a police officer. Apart from that, the same rights now we all get together. What exactly is going on in our father's land? We all need to speak up. We all need to use our platform to speak up and say no to Muyiwa Adejobi. He should stop arresting our brothers and sisters illegally. He should stop tampering on our fundamental human rights. This is getting out of hands. If you think, oh, what are they saying? One day is going to arrest your own family as well. Just because they looked at a police officer and then maybe one of them just hide him and say, go and sit down. The next minute they will get you arrested. The same Muyiwa came online saying that police officers have the right to come into your house with no warrant. Who does that? Telling us if they have gotten, maybe they've gotten a tip or information that what you're doing in the house is somehow is illegal. And I ask myself, is that not the main reason why those officers should come with a warrant? If you have gotten an information or you've gotten a tip that what somebody is doing in a particular house is illegal, that is more reason why you need to what? Come to that house with a police warrant. And now we have an officer that is, you know, he came online and he said that, and I looked at him like, Ejo ṣe daddy wa yi monton sosha. Sho monton sosha. Even in developed countries, they can't just come into your house if you do not open your door. Except if in cases of, okay, theft, cases of, you know, murder cases where they need to enter as soon as possible. Maybe to save lives. Cases of maybe fire or something that they need to, you know, open up to assist you. Apart from that, they are not even in developed countries. A police officer cannot enter your house anyhow. Even this so-called ICE, whatever, deportation stuff in America. I was reading something on online One of the lawyers was saying, if you do not open your door, they can't break in. They are not allowed to break into your home if you do not open your door. So what is happening in my dear country? What is happening in my dear country now? So I will just be in my house and police officers will come through the fence. They will come through. They will decide they break my fence or they try to climb over my fence, right? Sorry. They try to climb over my fence and then they will come in and say, yes, the PPRO has said they have the right. The PPRO have said they have the right to come into my house illegally. And at the end of the day, they will search everywhere. They won't see anything. They will still tell me, excuse me, ma, you are arrested. Let's follow us to the station. Upon the fact that they came into my house illegally. Abinobi so. That is what our PPRO is pushing to us, citizens of Nigeria. Get ready, yo. Police officers can enter your house anyhow. Get ready, yo. They can come in at any time, oh. This is unfair. This is preposterous. This is preposterous. Let's finish up with this and then we'll call it a day.
Of anybody. And I can never be scared of anybody. When you are dealing with them in Nigeria, you must not act like a coward. When you act like a coward, they will treat you like a fool. Okay? They will treat you like a fool. And I kept saying it. I said, my issue is on social media. It is well known to social media people. It's not an issue that you can just treat anyhow. Of course, who's going to be talking about such issues? Who's going to be talking about it in Nigeria, for God's sake? So that they can go and so that way you don't understand as they go. Totally unacceptable.
Exactly. Unprofessional.
A case that was supposed to be treated by Elewe. Because of the special interest that Muyiwa Adejobi had in the case, he asked them to bring it to Abuja. The case was taken to Abuja.
Who is that? Hello, ma. Huh?
Peter.
Yes, sir.
I think it's high time Muyiwa Adejobi should come out and tell us how he employed Abike and Olowoshibi, because that time they were saying they were working with the police. So all we citizens of Nigeria wants to know that when did Muyiwa Adejobi employed bloggers as their staff? Are they working together?
Of course they are not working together.
Or is it because of the personal relationship he has with Abike? That's why they were saying, Abike was saying that he was working with the police. Muyiwa Adejobi, police is not your personal thing. It's for the people of this country. Please don't personalize police force. Muyiwa Adejobi, you have to come out and tell us more about Abike Olowoshibi. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jai. Okay, let's go.
Muyiwa Adejobi's victim was locked up for 81 days without any charges.
Telling you.
Offense that he did not commit. And the person that wrote that nonsense, frivolous petition, that person is walking freely. The person is still threatening and harassing the same family up till now. This is injustice of the highest
order. Injustice of the highest order. And this is coming from the stable of what? The PPRO officer. Alabambe. PPRO officer Alabambe. Aiding and abetting. Fake petition. Abuse of power. Using his office. Throwing the weight of his office in line of justice. Using it to shield his own friends. Away from what? From justice. Thereby subjecting the other party they have issues with to intimidation, to illegal arrest, to illegal detain, and at the same time, jailing. That's what he's been using his office for. Causing chaos, atrocities all over Nigeria. Being rude to people when they call him. Insulting people on the phone. Rude and arrogant. We don't need people, we don't need someone with all this profile. And that seat requires 100% professionalism. We need a civil man, a man of integrity, a man of intellect, wisdom and knowledge to undo that position. We need a man with listening ears, not a rigid man that will sit there and be, throwing fire and brimstones at people just because he wants to side or he wants to favor one party. That is not needed. We don't need a man like that in that position. So we beg our father IGP to please look into it. Please. It's not fit for that office, honestly. It's going to cause more chaos.
Highest order. Muyiwa Adejobi is not fit.
It's not fit.
I am saying it with my mouth. I said it, Dorcas Adenika. It's not fit to be in that office.
Exactly.
He is the one tarnishing the image of a wonderful man that has worked very hard to be where he is for so many years.
Exactly.
A man that has integrity. A man that has worked, that has complete total integrity to hold the office that he's holding. He is the one tarnishing his image on social media for people to be launching attack on him unnecessarily.
Exactly.
And the attack is not being launched on Muyiwa Adejobi himself, but the innocent man that Muyiwa Adejobi is under.
Exactly. He ordered the arrest of Showoni for what? Because he said illegal. I think he mentioned it. I think he said something about the IGP is illegal IGP. Why must you tell them to go and arrest? Showoni has got freedom of expression. The same you ordered that this other guy should be arrested. Let me try and see. They should arrest because there is one lady too that he arrested. I can't find the lady's video anymore. I wanted to play it, but I didn't see it. You arrested her, you arrested her again because of what? Because she came online to cry and say our Nigerian police so kilo de. I want me to arrest it on. Arresting here, arresting there, arresting here, arresting there. Kilo shele. And then you threaten, if you become the IG, this is what you will do. Oh, where Yoruba ni, Adejobi. Wọ́n lọ́mọdé tó kéré tó ń bá dàgbà orí ẹyẹ lòun máa jẹ. Wọ́n ní ṣáwọn ẹyẹ máa wá wò pé kúrú ọmọ náà dàgbà ni. Torí ọmọ kò tó bá dàgbà, orí àwọn ló máa tù jẹ lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Whatever you think you believe in, whatever jazz, voodoo, whatever you think you believe in, do you think there are some that are above you that they know? I mean, they know the name, they know all these things before you. At the end of the day, they failed. You are not fit for that office. Because it is glaring that you would have done so many abuse of power stuff that so many people will be in jail by. They are in jail right now. For the nonsense you did, for the irregularities, for the partials, for the under-carpet job that you're doing. Declaring someone wanted with no court order. Declaring someone wanted on a Sunday. When the investigative office are not even aware. You must have done so many things for other people like that as well. You must have done so many preposterous things, evil things to other people that a lot of them will be crying and wailing in the cell, in the jail right now. But you've got your own kids. For everything we do in life, for everything we do in life, we will surely what? What we sow, we shall reap. Whatever you sow, you shall do what? You shall reap. You declared someone wanted, you do not have a concrete evidence to back it up. No single charges. Yet you declare that for cyberbullying, declare that for cyber stalking, declare that for extortion, declare that for fraud, declare that for alleged murder. And at the end of the day, everything that you declared that for, declared that wanted for, they were what? They were null and void. But you feel that yes, you have declared that wanted, so be it. If you feel you've gotten that power, you've got so much power that nobody can question you. Hello? There is one person that will forever question you. And that's the Lord Almighty. Whatever you think you believe in, Iba Ogun, Iba Shango, it will surely ask you when the time comes. When the time comes, you shall surely explain your involvement in all these things you did. All because of what? Mere flesh. All because of what? Someone knows someone to the extent at which great men called you. Great men called you. But what did you do? You snubbed them. Like you don't need their help one day. You will surely need one of them. You will surely need them one day for something. So do you think you'll be able to put your call through and say, Kavis you? And it won't remind you of what you did. Then to make the matters worse, you're talking of treason. The same video that Abike was using to abuse Dorcas online was the same video you wanted to use to charge her for treason. You think we don't know what's going on? But like Showoria said, you used your office. You used your office to what? To subdue justice. You used your office to blind the rule of law. And then you use it to do what? In form of abuse to intimidate the other party. Obato. God bless you, Showore, for that statement. You said, and I quote. You said, and I quote, Showore, God bless you.
Baba Kayode EGBETOKUN, everybody that is working under you, that is destroying the work of your hand, may God destroy them. Everybody that wants your destruction, may they be destroyed in Jesus' name. Everybody that wants you to fall, may they fall before you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Investigate me, Wadijobi.
Exactly.
He needs to be investigated.
I concur, sir. It needs to be investigated. Everything that's all it needs to be investigated. Who does that? You wake up one morning and declare someone wanted, baga. For all the crimes that at the end of the day you cannot produce. Okay, this is what she did, oh, this is it, oh, this is it is established here, oh, none. You move the case from one file to another, one department to another, it's still the same result. It is still the same result, no charges whatsoever. And then you think you now want to like, hey, yeah, let us go and do treason. Let us go and do treason. Do you even know what treason is all about? Because you kept shouting treason. Those small boys too. Treason. Showore. Treason. This other guy that you arrested too, that was billed. Treason. Kilo day. Treason. Yeni. Do we even know what treason is all about? Do we know what treason is all about? The elements to prove in treason. The crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill or overthrow the sovereign, the government. That is what treason is all about. So when you come out and say treason, those small boys that were flagging, they were parading, or they were flying Russia flag or whatever, what is treason in that? What is treason in that? Treason is all about betrayal of trust, treachery, the crime of attempting to overthrow the government of one's country, or of attempting to kill or injure the ruler or the ruler's family. So what is treason? To our dear PPRO, you talk about anything, treason. I want to watch treason. Oh, somebody is illegal, treason. Treason ye in the sha. Just because you're looking for something to charge her with. So that when you charge her to court, of course, now we know how it goes in Nigeria. Then the judge that you are going to use will not say, we need to investigate her more. She will go inside and spend 6 months. That is what you wanted, and you call yourself an officer. You swore an oath to uphold the law and order, and you are still the same person using your office to cause chaos and intimidate. You're the same person using your office to cause pain and sorrow. The same you wants to use the same office because of the authority you have to inflict pains and eventually find someone. Because what if Baba Beji had died in that detention or had died in that cell? When you were the Joby, what would you say? Of course, you believe you have the power. You will tell them, Ogbeni, tell them he was released and we don't know where he went to. Then you will now find somewhere to throw his corpse, right? Abibeko. And you are meant to be the face of the Nigerian police force. You are meant to uphold the brand of the Nigerian police force. But what do you do with it? You soiled it with all sorts of maggots and smelling things. You soiled it in Facebook fracas. You turned yourself to Facebook of a police officer. Police Facebook fracas PPRO. To make the matters worse, with all due respect, PPRO, you now wrote your own petition. Petition for what? What has Dr. Adeyinka done for you or done to you? Has she abused you? Has she ever mentioned your name to abuse you before? All because you shall wanted to punish her. You now went to write your petition. Of course, back it up with evidence. You don't have. All the things you're trying to do, the same people you are trying to favor, had once used all the tools to abuse her on Facebook. So if you think we don't know everything you're doing, we're only laughing. The video you'll be taking, you took up and down, was the same video they used up at December or whatever. The same video Abike has been showing us on Facebook. You are going to explain this when you get to Nigeria. And moreover, why would the Nigerian police, why would they investigate a show that was had in the United Kingdom 6-7 years ago? Why? It's not in the law. Anything you do within 4 or 5 years, you can't bring it now and say you want to work on it. And then you shout treason, treason. So when she said that, it didn't cost anything. Give us proof that what she said that time led to something in somewhere before you can prove treason. All you wanted is just for your way to lock out. But unfortunately, you guys were not successful. You guys were not successful. It's a pity. It's a pity. It's a shame. It's a slap in that office that you occupied. It's a slap in that office. You messed that office up. You messed it up big time.
Thank you for Barrister Pelumi.
You messed it up.
Oladipo. Barrister Pelumi will call Muiwa on the phone. Muiwa will say he is going to deal with Dorcas. I swear that. That is why I laughed when I watched the video where Barrister Deji was talking this morning. Help me to tag Barrister Deji inside this video. That is why I laughed. Because Barrister Deji didn't know Dorcas. And I believe they hired him as one of, the haters. One of them hired him as one of their lawyers. And he didn't really know the full gist of the case. But I see that this morning he spoke up when one of his clients, he spoke up when one of his clients had similar issue. Apparently, that client has been locked up for 10 days. And the parent went to the office of Muiwa Adejobi to go and beg that, please, they are sorry. The same thing that he did to a man that has a wonderful track record.
Exactly. Very arrogant.
Baba Bola Lunge. That he could not give him evidence of what Dorcas did. When that man was apologizing to him for nothing. For Dorcas did nothing. And Baba was apologizing and he said, give me evidence and I will drop this case of this lady. And he could not give one single evidence.
Because there is none.
You see? And as a matter of fact, he refused to see Dorcas. He said, I don't want to see her. He doesn't know me. I've never done anything to him. I've never abused him. I've never fought him. Let me tell you, even Baba Onirisha called him.
Imagine.
That is how deep he was.
Imagine.
Everybody kept saying he's stubborn. Whoever that wants to run that office must not be stubborn.
He mustn't be a rigid man. He mustn't be a man that is insensitive. He mustn't be a man that is that behaves irrationally. He mustn't be. A PPRO seat is not for the stubborn. It's not for the rude. It's not for the it's not for the oppressors. It's for noble men. A PPRO seat is for noble men. The men that knows their onions. Intellect. Responsible. And they are what? Sensitive to the environment. That's the key word. Men that are what? Sensitive to the environment, to the national interest of the country. Those are the type of men that should occupy that seat. Not a man that is ready to go to any length to favor his girlfriend, his fiancé, his wife, his whatever. In any case that has to do with what? That has to do with maybe they have issues with their friends or whatever. Instead of you to sit down and, apply wisdom. Be professional. Act like, act like a man. Act like a father. Act like a husband. Act like an uncle. Act like as a police officer. In cases that has to do with, your relatives or whatever. Because such cases are always, there are cases that will turn back and stand in front of you when you're trying to aspire or when you're trying to go higher. That's what you don't know. If you feel those people, maybe your junior officers, if you feel they don't know or they don't see all these things, they see it. They pen it down. Because one day will be one day they will need to acquire a position that you also want to acquire. And of course, we know how it runs. All they need to do is to play your cards. And let the superiors, let them know how you've been a corrupt man all along. How you've used that position to intimidate, to cause chaos and pain, to perform all forms of atrocities, to arrest people illegally, and also to stand even when high rank people, even when they call you to talk to you, you still stand on being stubborn. And at the end of the day, what did he hand you? Nothing. He didn't hand you any respect. He didn't hand you any dignity. What did he hand you? He hand you a negative review. Someone like me, if I had to talk anywhere, I can never ever talk good about you or say anything good about you. Never. The same thing for all the families, to all the families that you have arrested their kids, their daughter, their son, their husband illegally. Nobody will ever say any good thing about you. But when you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 families saying one thing about you, and that is what? That you are what? That you're full of what? Corrupt practices. That is what? That is the beginning of your downfall. That is the what? The beginning of your downfall. For every democracy, Mr. PPRO, there is room for what? Criticism. When you have a democratic government and there is no room for criticism, or criticism is not allowed, such government is not and will never be called what? Sorry, democracy. It will never be termed as what? Excuse me. As a democratic government at all. So please, and under democracy, there is what? 100% fundamental human rights. Allow the citizens to express themselves. Allow us to express ourselves. Let us stick to our platform. We have the right to have a platform. We have the right to speak up. Okay? We have the right to criticize the government. It is essential for maintaining accountability, and it's also part of the freedom of speech and expression. Do you understand that, Mr. PPRO? Dissent and criticism have been hailed as crucial elements for democracy. Our lovely amiable president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said he is a what? He is a president for everybody. He is a what? He is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We also have rights, which includes the rights of political what? Political rival. Like anyone else, we can criticize the government. And it can't be curtailed on the charge of what? Defamation. So when we say things about the government, Mr. PPRO, it is our right. You won't now stand up and say you want to arrest us on the ground of cybercrime or on the ground of defamation. It is wrong. Constitutionally wrong. That is what it's trying to tell us here. Okay? While criticism of the government and its officials may be valid, it is valid and it will be valid. So we can criticize you, sir. We can criticize your office. It is democracy. We are allowed. Allow us to express ourselves. When Mr. Frankenberg was there, we criticized him if he says something that is not right. And he has never for once ordered that they should come and arrest us and bring our head, or bring our arm, or bring our leg. He has never. Please, we beg you. Don't spoil the position that you occupy. It's a noble seat. A lovely seat. Being a public relations officer is a fantastic position. Because you're like the face. The face of the institution. Please don't soil it. And don't spoil the work of our amiable father, please. That's the IGP. We beg you. Okay? It cannot condone a political rival simply engaging in spreading false news and allegations about a political personality. Criticism of this kind would amount to defamation, that is, if we go about to what? To spread false news and what? Allegation. But in a situation where there is no false news and there is no false allegation, sir, the anger in me is being provided information bespoken. You same recorded audio provided by the IE leader 7 years ago. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. In United Kingdom, not in Nigeria, which is even it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that is it. Our amiable PPRO, sir. We have got freedom of expression. We have the right to say what we think, share information, and demand a better world. We also have the right to agree or disagree with those in power. We have the right to agree and disagree to the activities that you are doing with your office. It is democracy. Allow us to express ourselves, Mr. PPRO. Stop arresting us. Stop detaining us. Stop arranging us for cybercrime. Okay? Article 10, freedom of expression, allow us and give us rights to hold opinions and receive and impart information and ideas without interference by public authority and regardless of frontiers as well. So please, I beg you, allow us to exercise our rights as a citizen of Nigeria. And if you feel you want to continue doing that, then we have no choice than to start clamoring for what? Your resignation. We have no choice than to start shouting and wailing and crying that you please what? Leave the seat and allow the officers as what? Integrity, that has integrity and is responsible to occupy the seat and do us good and pardon the activities of that position the way it's meant to be. We also say that you please do not tarnish the image of the IGP. That's our daddy EGBETOKUN. Olukayode. Do not tarnish him, because so many atrocities that you've committed, he doesn't even know any. That is even no one. He doesn't even know any. Stop using his name. Stop using his name for all your atrocities. We beg you. Stop transferring cases just because you want to use, of course, as usual, abuse of power. You want to favor one side to the other. Stop transferring cases for your loved ones, for your family, for your relative. Stop intimidating people. Stop using the authority vested in your office to intimidate people that are older than you. It's an eyesore. It makes no sense. You won't be the first PPRO, and you will never be the last. All we are saying is what? Allow us to exercise our rights. And allow the officers to do their job, irrespective of whoever that has issues with what? With your people. So my dear people, we're going to end this today. Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay? We still have 1 or 2 videos. Oh, sorry. It's almost it's late here, and I really need to catch up on so many things before I retire to bed, all right? So tomorrow we will continue, okay? We will bring so many of his atrocities on board. We will, everything on Google, on YouTube, we will bring it out for you to also see, so that you understand what we're saying. We've been hearing about this before, but of course, we all felt, well, Shebi, he didn't reach us. Shebi, he didn't come close to us. But when he did everything, when he started doing all sort of things to us in Nigeria, that is when we felt, you know what? We need to start crying out. We need to start shouting that the PPRO is using his office for what? For his selfish gains and selfish reasons and selfish interests. Thank you very much for listening to me. I appreciate you. Tomorrow, I'll bring the rest on board, okay? And then we can talk more better. There are so many things we want to talk about. There are so many things we also like to analyze. You know, tomorrow we will play Boss Ladies chats very well so that we can explain in details to you and then so that you all could understand. And I saw some fools shouting, jail, jail, jail. There is a difference between when you're arrested, from when you're detained, and from when you're jailed. You don't get jailed. You get jailed, okay, let me put it this way. You get jailed when you're being arranged, when you are arrested and you are arranged in the court, and then the court ruled that you what? That you'll be detained. That is when you get jailed in some cases. You don't get jailed when you take your 2 legs into a police office and then you were asked to wait because they want to, you know, make 1 or 2 or 3 they want to make some investigations that might take some days. They do it in all countries. In that kind of situation, then you bargain. Of course, they have places. They have VVIP places. They have hotels where, okay, then you can tell them, I'm going to be here, very close to you. In case you need me, I will be there. The worst they will do is to like, okay, fine. We're going to give you like 2 or 3 police officers, maybe to stay with you. Okay? So in case if we need you to come on so time, we can always like, you know, call the officials and then they tend to bring you in. That is it. Do you understand? But when you they always shout, please, I beg. Tomorrow we'll be explaining that, okay? We'll go further on it. We'll explain what arrest means, what detain means, what jail means, okay? At what point in time that when you're detained, they don't put you in jail. They don't put you in jail. They don't put you in cell. So we will be town yet TV you could return. She understand continue so. We'll do that. Eshegon, thank you so much, okay? Like I said, this is like an awareness chat. This is not a chat to defame. This is not a chat to insult. This is not a chat to harass, but to pass a message across that what? Enough of abuse of power and enough of power intoxicated officers appointing or officers, sorry. Oh. Okay. I'm seeing what I'm looking for. That's what my chat today, like I said, is not to defame. It's not to abuse. It's just to say enough of the use of abuse of power, the use of, you know, power drunk, power intoxicated officer. Enough of, you know, appointing them into positions that require professionalism. That is what we're trying to pass here today. And we're also educating ourselves because we've been hearing a lot. We've been seeing a lot on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You know, we've been hearing a lot of atrocities and everybody has been shouting the PPRO, the PPRO, the PPRO. That's why we decided to bring it as an awareness. That, oh, and also to beg our amiable father, the IGP, to please look into this. Please look into the activities. And please look into the cries of the citizens of Nigeria. It is not easy for a parent to live wherever they are, to walk down or to visit the PPRO in his office and intends to throw them out like dogs. That is not right. We don't need a man like that in that seat. that require 100% highest level of what? Responsibility. God bless Nigeria. God bless the Nigerian police force. And God bless the citizen of Nigeria as well. God bless you all for listening as well. God bless you all for taking your time to listen to my jargons. So thank you very much. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Stay blessed. Okay? And stay out of trouble. Please do not forget. Emandagbi. GEC Cosmetics te ba fe ṣe para. Te fe para. Te fe ṣara lóge. GEC Cosmetics. Okay? Aṣọla de nta. Te ba fe ra aṣọ lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Ẹ kàn sí Boss Lady. Ẹ lọ business line kẹ́ lọ wọ aṣọ tó wà. Te bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ ra ginger ni o. Lẹ́yìn tá ti rojọ́ tán báyìí te fẹ́ gbé lura te fẹ́ sùn. Àbẹ́ lọ́lọ́mọge kan lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan te ń yọjú wò. Ẹ ṣá lọ ra ginger. Kẹ́ gbé lura gbogbo ìtókù ṣe kíni ó tán. Tẹ́ bá wá ń gbé nílùú òyìnbó abẹ́ ń gbé nílùú Trump dẹ̀ ni. Ẹ dẹ̀ fẹ́ ra ginger. Ẹ kàn sí wọn Diamond Fruits. Wọ́n á bá yín send síbi tí ẹ bá fẹ́ kí wọ́n send sí. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Do have a lovely night rest.